Hi, my name's Mark, one of the pastors here at Trillium. Back in March, my family and I, we went to South Africa. Our trip began in Cape Town. One of the goals of the trip for me was to climb Table Mountain, this mountain right in the middle of Cape Town. Now, I didn't realize how big it was till I got there. It's huge. And the second day in, on Friday morning, we got to the parking lot at the base of Table Mountain. And it was already 32 degrees Celsius with not a cloud in the sky. And we had to walk 200 meters up to Contour Path, where all the different ways getting up the mountain started from. And we walked up Contour Path. By the time we got onto Contour Path, I was spent. I was exhausted. I had stomach cramps. I had jet lag still. I was tired in my body. And I realized looking back that I was severely dehydrated. And I had to sit down. I had to find a little bit of shade and sit down because I was exhausted. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't think I can do this. I got knocked down in the moment. And I realized there's so many ways to get knocked down in life. You know, have a physical event like what I'm talking about. But you can get knocked down in a diagnosis of a disease. Or you can get knocked down and losing a really good paying job. Or you can get knocked down in a relationship ending. Or any kind of failure or rejection. You can get knocked down almost in an incalculable number of ways. And I think the first thing that we think about, and I was thinking about this on Contour Path, when we're knocked down is, can we get up on our feet again? Can we stand again? Can we get through this? Can we make it to the other side? And that's always one of the fears that we have, maybe the primal fear for us when we get knocked down in the moment. I've seen games where people are knocked down, the players knocked down, and they get back up on their feet. You know, there's a word in the New Testament for that experience of people standing again. It's called anastasis. We translate it resurrection. You know, so when a sports player, like a quarterback, gets knocked down in a game and stands again, in that moment they experience anastasis or resurrection. Skaters on ice experience that. Boxers getting knocked down in a boxing match and standing again, they experience that too. When we talk about resurrection in the church, we need to understand that for Jesus, it's only a matter of severity that distinguishes his from ours. You know, he's knocked down severely hard. He's hit down so hard through violence, torture, and death. He's hit and knocked into the grave. And it's in that moment of wondering, can he come back again? Can someone come back from the grave? And his disciples don't think he can come back. And neither do the crowds or his opponents. Yet there he is standing there in front of them. In front of the disciples, standing again. And the Easter story is to tell us, to let us know that there's nothing in this world that can knock us down so far that we cannot come back again. And if Jesus can come back from the death, then we who follow him have nothing to fear of getting knocked down in life. We can have the confidence to know that there's something at work in us, in our lives, that will allow us to stand again. That's a hallelujah moment. When I was at the base of Contour Path, and in that moment when I'm wondering I could stand again, yet wanting to stand again, my wife Sally said to me, Mark, why don't we just go up a little bit, step by step up Nursery Ravine, and if at any moment you want to turn back to the car, no words said, nothing said, we'll just go back. And that offer to me, that proposal gave me the confidence to begin again. I stood up weakly, and I began climbing Nursery Ravine. We moved into the foliage. It was cooler, much cooler there. We came to a little stream down the mountain and filled our water bottles and became more hydrated. Every step I took, I could feel a growing strength in myself. We took lots of rest. We got up onto the plateau. We were halfway there. We still had a 3-hour hike across the plateau to the cable cars, yet there we were. And there I am, looking down on Cape Town. And I felt this joy in me, this happiness. You know, that previous experience of having cramps and exhaustion and dehydration was long behind me. And I came into contact with something powerful that's powerful in my life, an indomitable spirit of life that God placed in us. And this knowledge that you and I, we share this common spirit of life, and that God himself is reaching out to us when we are knocked down too, to lift us up, and that we really have nothing to fear. We can get knocked down because anastasis is our birthright as children of God. We are the children of resurrection.